Madam Speaker, I want to start with the report of the Auditor General. The Auditor General, in his latest report, mainly on page 19 to 24, he speaks about supplementary requests. And this is what he said. I want to quote him. Continued approval of supplementary budgets without a corresponding increase in revenue financing could be attributed to fiscal indiscipline, which leads to increased funding gap affecting the area budget objectives. So the Auditor General reports, and I will use the year 2022-2023 because his report is on that year. For example, that in that financial year, with supplementary included, the total budget was 52.5 trillion. That's the total budget that you Parliament approved with the supplementary. But there was only 43 trillion. That is the financing that was realized at the end of the financial year. You first approved the budget of 48 trillion. Then you had 4.4 trillion in supplementary, making the total budget 52 trillion. But the financing available, money from taxes and borrowing, was actually 43 trillion. What the Auditor General is warning this Parliament against is that each time you pass a supplementary here, you give a license to Honorable Musasizi and his group to remove money from items you have approved and use it on their new priorities. That's what the Auditor General is saying. That's point number one. So approve this supplementary knowing that the money you approved earlier, first of all, the funding itself will not be realized because by the end of the third quarter for this financial year, URA had collected just about 20 trillion out of a 29 trillion target. If they work so hard, maybe they will make them 23. So what the Honorable Musasizi will do is to remove money from the area priorities and then fund his new priorities. That's what will happen. So the second point, Madam Speaker, the budgeting through supplementary, which the Auditor General calls fiscal indiscipline. People are running this country like a kiosk. That every week, because last week we passed a supplementary here. What has happened in the last 10 days that you did not know that there will be a need to construct a stadium? There will be a need to acquire equity in the pipeline? Because you brought a supplementary. Just 10 days ago, we passed it here. Now you come trafficking another one. One time, the late Speaker Oranya said if he was in charge, he would have sacked all the ministers. Maybe for me, I would even send them to Luzira. 10 days ago, you brought a supplementary here. Now, after 10 days, you come running. Oh, wait, there is another one here. And you are my ministers. Each one of you will be in Luzira. That's where the warrant of detention will find you. So therefore, Madam Speaker,
yes,
I want finally to go back to the law. The lawyers can help. If you go to have factored the money of AFCON in the budget, and what is it going to happen between now? Because this budget that we are going to pass today, hopefully, is a budget that are going to implement in a period of 1 month. So what is it that you cannot wait, that is so urgent that you must fix it in a supplementary? So can I, Madam Speaker, I said I want to register my opposition to this motion, and those are the reasons. And these ministers, because you're also ministers of Uganda, These mistakes you make today, when this government has gone, one by one, you should walk to Luzira. We'll find you there. Thank you very much, Madam.